Good afternoon, everyone. Homage to the Triple Gem, Namo Buddhaya. Dear Dhamma friends, I would like to welcome everyone who joined our April 2021 Dhamma program hosted by Indonesian Buddhist Fellowship of Canada with our topic today, Different Paths of People. As was said by our great teacher, the Supreme Buddha in Mahamangala Sutta, paying reference to those who are worthy of reverence, humility, contentment, gratitude, and the timely hearing of the Dhamma, these are the highest blessing. So it is very fortunate for us to be able to listen to the Dhamma and participate in the program. Before we start, I would like to inform you that this program is audio and video recorded, and the content will be made available from IBFC Toronto YouTube channel, all right reserved for the non-profit purposes and the purpose to share the Dhamma with others. Microphones will be muted by administrator. You're welcome to raise hand and turn on camera when you have question or during Q&A time. Your question during Q&A will be shared in public, so please be respectful to others and avoid questions that might offend others. Please be present, follow in good sitting position, and avoid multitasking to show our respect to the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha. I would like to introduce our Venerable Monk, Jivananda Bhante, who propagates the Dhamma under the guidance of the Most Venerable Kiribati Nyanananda Thero of the Mahamevnawa Buddhist Monastery. Venerable Bhante received a higher ordination back in 2005. Venerable Bhante currently resides in Buddha Meditation Center at 11175 Kennedy Road in Markham, Ontario as a chief monk. You are welcome to visit mahamevnawa.ca for further information. Welcome to the program. Namo Buddhaya, Bhante.
Namo Buddhaya.
Let us start our program today with the Parita Chanting. Let us raise our hands and putting our palms and fingers together and chant these verses together. We kindly request our Venerable Bhante to lead the Vandana.
So dear Dhamma friends, now we are going to go for refuge to the Buddha Dhamma Sangha, recollecting the qualities of the amazing qualities of our the most compassionate, the Blessed One, and then we are going to observe precepts. So with confident hearts and with the feeling of gratitude, let us chant the three refuges and then observe the precepts. So please chant with me. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Worthy One, the Supremely Enlightened One. Homage to the Blessed One, the Worthy One, the Supremely Enlightened One. Homage to the Blessed One, the Worthy One, the Supremely Enlightened One. Buddhaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Dhammaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Saṅgham saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Dutiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami. Dutiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami. Dutiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami. Tatiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami. Tatiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami. Tatiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. To observe the five precepts, say after me. I observe the precept of
I observe the precepts of
abstaining from killing beings.
abstaining from killing beings.
I observe the precept of
I observe the precepts of
abstaining from stealing.
abstaining from stealing.
I observe the precept of
I observe the precepts of
abstaining from sexual misconduct.
abstaining from sexual misconduct.
I observe the precept of
I observe the precepts of
abstaining from telling lies.
abstaining from telling lies.
I observe the precept of
I observe the precepts of
abstaining from taking
abstaining from taking
intoxicating drinks and drugs.
intoxicating drinks and drugs.
I follow these precepts
I follow these precepts
for happiness in this life,
for happiness in this life,
for rebirth in heaven,
for rebirth in heaven,
and to realize the Four Noble Truths
and to realize the Four Noble Truths
in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation.
in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation.
Sadhu,
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 sadhu, sadhu.
sadhu. Okay, now let us chant the qualities of the Supreme Buddha, qualities of the Supreme Dhamma, and the qualities of the Supreme Sangha. Itipiso bhagava arahang samma sambuddha vijacharana sampanno sugato lokavidu anuttaro purisa dhammasarati satta deva manussanam Buddha Bhagavati, such indeed is the Blessed One, Arahant Divan, supremely enlightened, endowed with knowledge and virtue, follower of the noble path, knower of births, the peerless trainer of persons, teacher of gods and humans, the enlightened teacher, the blessed one. Swakato bhagavata dhammo sanditthiko akaliko Ehipasiko opanayiko paccatang veditabbo vinyohiti. Well taught by the Blessed One is the Dhamma, visible here and now, timeless, open to all, learned and applied to oneself, understood by the wise, each for himself. Supatipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Ujjapatipanno bhagavato savaka sangho ඤායපටිපන්නෝ භගවතෝ සාවක සංඝෝ සාමීචි පටිපන්නෝ භගවතෝ සාවක සංඝෝ යදිදං සන්තාරි පුරිස යුගානි අට්ඨ පුරිස පුංගලා ඒස භගවතෝ සාවක සංඝෝ පාහුනේයෝ පාහුනේයෝ දක්ඛිනේයෝ අංජලි කරණීයෝ අනුත්තරං පුඤ්ඤක්ඛෙත්තං ලෝකස්සාති. Pure conduct is the order of disciples of the Blessed One. Of upright conduct is the order of disciples of the Blessed One. Of wise conduct is the order of disciples of the Blessed One. Of generous conduct is the order of disciples of the Blessed One. Those four pairs of persons, the 8 kinds of individuals, that is the order of disciples of the Blessed One. They are worthy of offerings. They are worthy of hospitality. They are worthy of gifts. They are worthy of reverential salutations, an incomparable field of merit for the world. Sad, sad. Okay, now we are going to chant the Ratana Sutta, the special blessings to all of us, and especially during this pandemic time period, everybody is kind of in a situation where we need lots of blessings, especially from the Parita Chanting, and with limitless compassion, the Buddha chanted the same Ratana Sutta in order to give relief for society in the time of the Buddha at Vaishali. So today we are going to chant the same sutta, wishing long life, good health, and protection for all of us, our family members, our relatives, and also for everyone who lives have gained very rare human lives, and everyone has come to this human world after a very long time, and all these human lives are very precious human lives. So we definitely need blessings of the Buddha Dhamma Sangha, and so with kind hearts, compassionate hearts, spreading thoughts of loving kindness and compassion to all beings, everyone living with us, living near, far away. Let us chant the Ratana Sutta and share blessings with everyone. So this blessing is a powerful thing for all of us. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Yani dhabhutani samagatani Bummani vayani vantalikhe Sabbeva bhuta sumana bhavantu Atopi sakkacca sunantu bhasitang Tasmai bhutani sametha sabbe Mettang karotha manusiya pajaya divacharanto chaharante baling tasmahine rakkatha appamatta yang kinchivitang idhavahurang va sagge suayang ratanang panitang Nano samang ati tathagatena idampi buddhe ratanang panitang etena saccena suatti hotu Ayang viragang amatang panitang yadajjaga sankhya muni samahito natena dhammena samadhi kinchi idampi dhamme ratanang panitang etena saccena suvatti hotu Yam buddha settva parivannai sucing samadhimanantari kanyamau samadhinatena samona vidyati idampi dhamme ratanang panitang etena saccena suvatti hotu Ye Puggalata Satang Pasatta Attari Etani Yugani Honti Te Dakhineya Sugatassa Savaka Ete Sudinnani Mahapalani Idampi Sanghe Ratanang Panitang Etena saccena suvatti hotu Isumpayutta manasa dallena Nikamino gotama sasanammi Te panti patta matang vigaya Ladha muda nimbuting bunjamana Idampi sanghe ratanang panitang etena saccena suvatti hotu yatinda kilo pataving sito siya chatubhivate bhiya sampakampiyo Tathupamang sampurisang vadami Yo ariya sancani avecca passati Idampi sanghe ratanang panitang Etena saccena suvatti hotu Ye ariya sancani vibhavayanti Gambhira panyena sudesitani Kincapi te honte bhusappamatta Nate bhavang attamang adiyanti Idampi sanghe ratanang panicang Etena saccena suvatti hotu Sahasradasana sampadaya Tayasu dhamma jahita bhavanti Sakkaya ditti vicikiccitanca Silambutang vapi adatti kinci Tatuha pare ca vimpamutto Cacabhitanani abhambokatung Idampi sanghe ratanang panitang Etena saccena suvatti hotu Incapiso kammang karoti papakang Kayena vaca udacetasa va Abhabbo sotassa paticchādāya Abhabbata ditta padassa uttā Idampi sanghe ratanang panitang etena saccena suvatti hotu vanapagumbe atha pussitagge gimhanamase pachamasmin gimme tathupamandam varang adesai නිබ්බානගාමින් පරමං හිතාය ඉදම්පි බුද්ධේ රතනං පනීතං ඒතේන සච්චේන සුවත්තියෝතු වරෝවරඤ්ඤෝ වරදෝ වරහරෝ අනුත්තරෝ ධම්ම වරං අදේශයි ඉදම්පි බුද්ධේ රතනං පනීතං ඒතේන සච්චේන සුවත්ති හෝතු කීනං පුරාණං නවං අත්ථි සම්භවං විරත් චිත්තා ආයතිකේ භාස්මින් තේකීන බීජා විරුල්හිච්ඡන්දා නිබන්ති ධීරා යථායම් පදීපෝ ඉදම්පි සංඝේ රතනං පනීතං ඒතේන සච්චේන සුවත්තියෝතු යානිධ භූතානි සමාගතානි බුම්මානි වායානි වන්තලික්කේ තථාගතං දේව මනුස්ස පූජිතං බුද්ධං නමස්සාම සුවත්තියෝතු යානිධ භූතානි සමාගතානි බුම්මානි වායානි වන්තලික්කේ තථාගතං දේව මනුස්ස පූජිතං ධම්මං නමස්සාම සුවත්ති හෝතු යානිධ භූතානි සමාගතානි බුම්මානි වායානි වන්තලික්කේ තථාගතං දේව මනුස්ස පූජිතං සංඝං නමස්සාම සුවත්ති හෝතු whatever beings are assembled here, whether on the earth or in the sky, we respectfully worship the Buddha, honored by gods and humans. May there be well-being. Whatever beings are assembled here, whether on the earth or in the sky, we respectfully worship the Dhamma, honored by gods and humans. May there be well-being. Whatever beings are assembled here, whether on the earth or in the sky, we respectfully worship the Sangha, honored by gods and humans. May there be well-being. Etena saccena suvatti hotu. By this truth, may there be well-being. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
So now we are going to have a short meditation which will be led by our Venerable Bhante. Please find yourself a comfortable position to get ready. Kindly guide us, Venerable Bhante.
Okay, dear Dharma friends, now let us practice loving kindness meditation. As Buddha explained, among all the meritorious deeds, this is the most powerful, most effective, the meritorious action, practicing loving kindness meditation. So with a happy mind, thinking about the compassionate instructions of the Buddha and also thinking about the opportunity we have here to make powerful good karma to our lives, and also thinking about the benefits of developing kind heart, compassionate heart, and think about all these benefits. Let's practice loving kindness meditation with a happy mind. Please listen to me and think in this way. May I be free from anger. May I be free from ill will. May I be free from jealousy. May I be free from mental suffering. May I be free from physical suffering. May I live in peace. May I live happily. May my parents, family members, and my friends be free from anger. Be free from ill will. Be free from jealousy. Be free from mental suffering. Be free from physical suffering. May they live in peace. May they live happily. May all beings in this city be free from anger. Be free from ill will. Be free from jealousy. Be free from mental suffering. Be free from physical suffering. May they live in peace. May they live happily. May all beings in this province be free from anger. Be free from ill will. Be free from jealousy. Be free from mental suffering. Be free from physical suffering. May they live in peace. May they live happily. May all beings in this country be free from anger. Be free from ill will. May all beings in this world be free from anger. Be free from ill will. Be free from jealousy. Be free from mental suffering. Be free from physical suffering. May all beings in this world live in peace. May all beings in this world live happily. May all beings be free from anger. Be free from ill will. Be free from jealousy. May all beings be free from mental suffering. May all beings be free from physical suffering. May all beings live in peace. May all beings live happily. Slowly and gradually stop your meditation. Um, um, um,
Thank you for guiding us in meditation, Venerable Bhante. So next, we are going to read some suttas read by our volunteers. Please rejoice in Anthony's and Gladys' wholesome intention to share the Dhamma with us today. Anthony, you can start to share and unmute yourself, please.
Namo Buddhaya.
So, Anthony, give me a second. So let's worship all together. Let's worship the Supreme Buddha again. We are going to learn the amazing teachings realized by the most compassionate one, the Blessed One, the Supreme Buddha. So we pay homage to our great teacher, the Supreme Buddha. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. We also pay homage to our teacher, Lukuswami Maharshi, who teaches us these Buddha's Dhamma out of compassion for all of us. Sadhu, sadhu. Okay, Anthony, I bless you and I give you the opportunity to share the beautiful words of the Buddha.
Thank you, Bhante. Namo Buddhaya, Bhante, and Dhamma friends. Today I will be reading. Oh, hold on, give me a second. Today I will be reading Itivuttaka 98 Dana Sutta, giving. The Buddha explains two types of giving and which is the most important. This discourse was taught by the Blessed One, taught by the Arahant, the fully enlightened Supreme Buddha. This is as I heard. Monks, there are two kinds of giving material things and giving the Dhamma. Monks, of these two kinds of giving the Dhamma is supreme. Monks, there are two kinds of sharing material things and sharing the Dhamma. Monks, of these two kinds of sharing the Dhamma is supreme. Monks, there are two kinds of help with material things and help with the Dhamma. Monks, of these two kinds of help with the Dhamma is supreme. This is the meaning of what the Blessed One said. So with regard to this, it was said, since the Buddha has praised supreme and unsurpassed giving and sharing, who, if he is wise and confident in the supreme field of merit, would not give at appropriate times, those who teach the Buddha's Dhamma and those who listen to that Dhamma with minds confident in the Buddha's path are fully purified through the gifts of Dhamma. They are diligently practice the Buddha's path. This too is the meaning of what was said by the Blessed One. And this is exactly as I heard.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. We rejoice in your Dhamma reading, Anthony. So we learned about two types of giving and two types of sharing, two types of help, right? So Buddha taught with extraordinary understanding. So how can you describe about the material things like giving or sharing material things? What is the meaning of material things?
Giving and sharing material things might be donating food to a charity or sharing things to people who need it.
Mm-hmm. So you understand what material things are, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what is the other type of giving or sharing?
Giving the Dhamma and sharing the Dhamma.
Sharing Dhamma, helping Dhamma, right? And so what did Buddha say about these two types of giving and two types of sharing?
Giving and sharing the Dhamma will be always supreme to giving and sharing material things.
Mm-hmm. So can you share some thoughts about the importance of that, like giving and sharing the Dhamma, helping others with the Dhamma, like as you understand how important it is, that compared to the benefits of giving and sharing material things.
Well, the giving the Dhamma and sharing the Dhamma is good on both ends, because the person who is receiving the Dhamma gets to learn about the Dhamma, and and they get to learn about the Dhamma, and the person giving the Dhamma gets a lot of good merit for sharing the Dhamma.
Yeah, and also sometimes, like in the most cases, the giving material things, and did Buddha discourage people giving and sharing material things? No, right? He always praised the benefits and the merit we can accumulate through giving and sharing material things, right? But giving and sharing material things basically lead to kind of a temporary relief or temporary happiness for somebody. But sharing the Dhamma, helping with the Dhamma, it's a there is no end to that, right? Because of listening to that Dhamma, others will start making new merits to their lives, start keeping precepts, practicing meditation, developing their mindfulness, developing their understanding about life, and they will escape from bad destinations, bad worlds, and finally attain the bliss of Nibbana, the end of suffering, right? So it's kind of lasting. The sharing the Dhamma leads to lasting happiness, right? It's not for temporary happiness.
Yes.
That's why Buddha explained very clearly the among these two types of giving material things and giving the Dhamma is the supreme, right?
Yes.
Very good. And today, with your parents, you organize this Dhamma program with the intention of giving material things or giving Dhamma?
Giving the Dhamma, Bhante.
Very good. And you understand the benefits already, right? It's highly praised by the Buddha, and it's a supreme giving, it's a supreme sharing, it's a supreme help, right? So
Yes,
definitely, definitely the participants receive amazing benefits in this life, in future lives, and also as givers, you and your family will definitely achieve unbelievable results of this in this life, in future lives as well.
Yes, Bhante.
So, do others have any questions? Anything you like to add here, or anything you want to discuss about giving and sharing the material things and giving and sharing the Dhamma?
Bhante, I have a little clarification only. Giving the Dhamma, so I believe that means giving the Dhamma talk. It's not giving away the Dhamma, right? So it's just a matter of English, I guess. I want to clarify.
It's a kind of giving, right? So we learn it. First, the Bhante or a layperson learns that, and then give it to others. It's kind of it's a supreme giving. First, you have to learn, right, before you give. So it's in your heart.
So how is it different from sharing, Bhante?
Yeah, it's the giving and sharing, go together, right?
Okay.
You share something, you have it, so you share it with somebody. Yeah, but you are not losing anything in this case, especially, right?
Yes, yes.
When we share the Dhamma, and also it it adds to your Dhamma knowledge, and you memorize the thing when you want to share with others. It's kind of a multiplying.
Okay, thank you, Bhante.
It's
Just
a powerful
clarifying the
merit.
English.
Yeah, it's a powerful merit generating thing. It's in the Blessing Sutta as well.
Thank you, Bante.
I think Rob has to say something.
Yeah, I was
Rob,
just
you want
wondering
to say
about sharing and giving and helping with the Dhamma. It seems like it could be something that's a little bit delicate sometimes in how you go about that in terms of being effective. I wonder if there's an idea about maybe wise giving, wise sharing, wise helping with the Dhamma, or wise or effective versus ineffective.
So you want to change the translation?
No, I'm just wondering, I mean, there's two approaches to giving. I mean, sometimes I have people knocking on my front door wanting to give me their Dhamma, and it's a little bit ineffective, I think. But I'm just wondering about wise giving, wise sharing, wise helping with the Dhamma. Is that an idea as opposed to unwise?
Oh, you mean the wise people?
No, I'm just meaning effectively sharing the Dhamma. I mean, I
Yeah,
can go
like-
around and knock on my neighbor's front door to share the Dhamma,
Uh-huh.
but I don't think that's effective. I mean, that happens.
you know,
Other people.
Yeah, the if you think about effective giving, the Buddha is the perfect teacher who did that, because Buddha had extraordinary abilities to scan others' spiritual faculties. So Buddha knew very clearly, okay, if I teach this person in this way and with these Dhamma things, he will attain the first stage of enlightenment, right, sitting there on the spot. Or this person will attain the once returning stage, or the non-returning, or this person, or this group of monks, or this certain monk will attain the liberation, the final stage of enlightenment in the end of this discourse. So Buddha had always that ability to see the strength, the growth of the maturity of the spiritual faculties of other beings, humans and devas. So it was always effective. It was always effective, the way that Buddha shared the Dhamma with others. And but
I guess-
unfortunately, we don't have that ability, right?
Yeah, I guess the key word I'm not mentioning is proselytizing, which is
And
basically,
even for us, when we share the Dhamma, Buddha actually has given us one advice. And Buddha, it is in one of the suttas or few suttas, Buddha teaches, if you like to share the Dhamma with others, first understand whether they want to listen to you. And
Right.
that's actually specifically mentioned in that sutta.
right,
If
receptivity.
they are willing to listen to you, and you think that they will benefit from this, then you go ahead and share the Dhamma with them. That explains more, right?
That answers the question. Thank you, Bhante.
Very good. Any other Kalyana Mittas, Dhamma friends? You have any questions regarding this sutta? Just Anthony did read. It's a beautiful sutta. It's from the Iti Uttaka. If you like to collect powerful merits, please share the Dhamma with others. And if they like to listen to you, and you think that they are humble and will listen to you, and they will have some intention of learning something from you, from the Dhamma, you can always share the Dhamma. And so here Buddha teaches those who teach the Buddha's Dhamma and those who listen to that Dhamma with minds confident in the Buddha's path, both are fully purified through the gift of Dhamma. That means the givers and receivers, both party benefit from the Dhamma, and also collect lots of merit. Giving Dhamma dana, Sabba dana, Dhamma dana jinati, right? Among all the gifts, the gift of Dhamma is the best. Okay, so that's a very rare opportunity for all of us to share the Dhamma. And that's what we are doing through these programs. And especially we need to understand another thing. There is a very important thing here. When we share the Dhamma with others, it should be the pure Dhamma, and that's very important. Sharing the pure teachings of the Buddha, the original teachings of the Buddha, without any misinterpretations, without adding personal ideas, personal opinions, without like distorted views. We always need to share the pure teachings of the Buddha. And where are those pure teachings? They are in the discourses taught by the Buddha when the Buddha was alive. And so that is very important. And that's the way to make powerful good karma. And if we share something that was not taught by the Buddha with others, and that's very dangerous, and that leads to the bad karma. So it's sharing the pure Dhamma of the Buddha, right? So let's go to the next sutta reading. I think it's from Glennis.
Yes, many thanks for sharing such powerful words of the Supreme Buddha, Anthony. So we will have our volunteer Glennis to share the amazing words of the Buddha as well. Please unmute yourself, Glennis. You're welcome to share.
Namo Buddhaya, Bante, and meritorious friends.
Namo
Today
Buddhaya.
I'm going to be sharing this sutta with everyone. So it is called the Nimana Vatu 2.6, which is Sonadina Sutta, Sonadina's mansion. Deva explains.
Glennis, a little bit louder, please.
Oh, okay. We'll do Bante. So Moggallana Bante. Dewata, your beauty shines in all directions like the bright star named Ohashi. What meritorious deeds have you done to gain this happiness? Tell me, Dewata, what kind of meritorious action did you do when you were in a human world to have gained this beauty that shines in all directions and to have earned all of these wonderful things? That Dewata, delighted at being questioned by Arahant Moggallana, gladly explained what she had done that resulted in such great happiness. Dewata, Bante, in the human world, there is a city called Nalanda. There, I was a female lay follower of the Supreme Buddha. My name was Sonadina. I had unshakable faith in the Triple Gem. I practiced those precepts and delighted in giving and sharing. Furthermore, I had confidence in monks who had pure minds. I offered robes, food, shelter, and lamps to them. I was eager to observe the 8 precepts 4 times a month on each of the 4 moon phases. I led a restrained life and was very generous. I abstained from killing, stealing, lying, and taking intoxicants. I did not cheat on my husband. I was delighted to keep these 5 precepts every day. I was wise enough to realize the 4 noble truths. That is how I became a dedicated follower of the Gautama Supreme Buddha. Because of those meritorious deeds, I have been born as a very beautiful Dewata and enjoy all of the wonderful things that delight my heart. Great Bante, those were the meritorious deeds I did to have such a beautiful body that shines in all directions.
So we rejoice in your reading, Glennis, and there's an amazing story of a very fortunate female upasika who lived in the time of the Buddha and Sonadina, right? So she followed this path as a dedicated follower. That was in the sutta, the Vimanavatu. So how do you understand like about a dedicated follower? Is that an easy thing to be a dedicated follower if we understand how Sonadina became a dedicated follower?
I think it's definitely not easy to kind of keep consistent every day to follow the precepts, especially in daily life. It might be easy to forget, or sometimes you kind of have hurdles, right? Maybe you keep 5 of the precepts, but it's maybe hard to keep 8. Like she kept 8 4 times a month.
So when you read about her life and her path, how did you feel? Like she had so much energy, and right? As a girl, right? She was a girl when she was in the human world, Sonadina. And so what do you learn from Sonadina's story?
I think sometimes we might think that following the precepts is easy, or following like 8 precepts a month. We kind of forget to do that. I think it's important to recognize that following 8 precepts, and the Buddha mentioned that we should do this on like when there's a full moon, right? So I think I did not know that actually myself. I think it's really important, and I feel happy to actually read that and understand following the precepts and then what comes out of that.
Wow. So I think that's the purpose why Arhan Bhante's preserved these teachings. Now right here, you have benefited from their effort, from the Arhan's effort, right? So now you can understand the compassion of the Moggallana Bhante, why he went to heaven and collected all this information of the disciples of the Buddha who were in the heaven at that time, and what kind of good karma led them to be born in heaven. I think as you mentioned that you just learned about the importance of keeping 8 precepts and how important that in the noble path. So I think that's the purpose why Arhan Bhantes preserved these teachings and why they wanted to share this with the future generation, because now people like you or anybody who reads this or listen to this, like, will take it seriously, right?
Yes, Bhante.
That's very good. And look at these all beautiful qualities she was practicing. Unshakable faith in the triple gem. You know triple gem? What is the triple gem?
The Buddha, the Sangha, and the Dhamma.
Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha, triple gem. She had unshakable faith. That means for any gain, for any praise, for anything, she wouldn't change her confidence in the triple gem, and she understands that this is the only refuge for my life, and everything else is temporary, and I have to be separated from everything. I have to leave everything behind when I die. So the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha is the most precious gift in my life, and the guidance coming from the Buddha, guidance coming from the Dhamma, guidance coming from the Sangha. That's the most important thing in my life. So that's that unshakable faith, right? That was the very first thing she explains as a remarkable achievement in her life. And she practiced precepts, practiced generosity, giving and sharing, and she specifically mentions about her confidence in seeing monks, right? She knew how rare these monks are in the world and about their pure practice. And she had confidence, and she also, I think we can understand that she associated Bhantes with respectfully, because she got the opportunity to offer robes, food, shelter, and lamps, all these requisites for the Bhantes. And it's not just observing 8 precepts. She says she was eager to observe, right? So think about that. It's not because her mother asked her to, right? It's not because somebody else asked. Isn't that a good way of thinking about practicing wholesome qualities? The eagerness. Can you explain something about it? Eagerness to practice wholesome qualities.
I think like she was wise enough to realize like the outcome and like the happiness she got from following these things, and being also had confidence in these things. So through that, she had the initiative to, follow the Dhamma with her own confidence in it, rather than someone.
That's a very good, that's a very good point. I think you said that she might have understood the benefits of practicing wholesome qualities. That's how eagerness came. That's a very good answer. I think that's the same reason here. If we understand the benefits of a good action, that's the same reason why we become eager to cultivate that. If we don't contemplate on the benefits by ourselves, then of course, yes, somebody has to push us, somebody has to force us, or something like that. But understanding the benefits, like how practicing wholesome qualities lead to happy results in this life, happy results in future lives, and how much good karma you can earn, all these benefits, contemplating on the benefits is a powerful thing. You're right. And she was very generous. She abstained from killing, stealing, so basically keeping 5 precepts every day. That was a challenge, right? Keeping 5 precepts every day is a challenge. Isn't that a challenge, Glennis, for you?
Yeah, I think maybe if, like, let's say, I think this day and age, right, there's a lot more to kind of keep in mind, like, let's say your job, right, or like spending time with friends or other observers, let's say. Maybe back in the day they didn't face the same challenges, or maybe it was even harder. I don't know. Maybe it's a little bit different when they had to follow these, but I think the key words here is like she was like wise enough to realize that like the benefits of doing this, and she had confidence in doing it. So even when she followed like 8 or 5 precepts every day, it didn't feel like it was a burden to her at all. She was happy to do these things. So because of this, like, I'm glad that I came across this sutta and understood like how her unshakable faith, I would say, made her follow these things, and then she was able to, you know, receive beauty or, you know, happiness throughout it, actually.
And yeah, and especially like she escaped from all the miserable rebirths, right, or bad worlds, and she's safe. And not only that, she was another factor, important factor to be a dedicated follower of the Gautam Supreme Buddha was that she was wise enough to realize the Four Noble Truths. So some people think the Four Noble Truths are only for monks, and it's very deep, it's very hard, it's a profound thing, and it's not for lay people. We just need like very simple teachings, you know, we need very simple things, but these deep Dhamma Four Noble Truths, you know, cause and effect mechanism, all these deep things are only for the monastics, the monks and nuns. I have heard some people saying that, but think about this daughter, Savanadina, right? She was wise enough to realize the Four Noble Truths. And do you know about the Four Noble Truths?
Yeah.
What are they?
Life is suffering. There's a path to end suffering.
Suffering, cause of suffering.
So suffering, and there's also an end to suffering.
Yeah, end of suffering and the path. Yeah, path to end suffering. So you like to meet Sonadinna one day?
I hope so. Maybe in the heavenly world.
Yeah. Then you have to.
Following 5 is easy, but I think having like following 8, maybe 4 times a month is not that difficult. But definitely the confidence that she had, and also like keeping this directly throughout her whole life, right? I think that might be difficult for everyone.
Yeah. So hopefully when you meet Sonadinna, the beautiful goddess, you can tell her one day, oh, I read about your life, about your journey when I was in the human world, and that was very impressive, and it helped me, and that's how I came here, right?
I hope so, Bhante.
Yeah, it's not impossible. So we bless, all of us bless you, and we rejoice in your reading. We learned a lot from your reading, from the story of Vimaramata Saunadinna's mention. Maybe she was listening today to your reading. And so we all bless you. May you be able to practice and cultivate these awesome qualities gradually and one by one. And may you collect new merits to your life and escape from all the bad worlds and achieve true happiness by following the Buddha's path.
Thank you, Bhante.
Good. So, any Dhamma friends, anything you want to ask here, or anything you would like to discuss here from the Sonadinna story?
I actually have a question, Bhante. They said that because she kind of followed these things and kept her precepts, like her beauty shines, and everyone was able to see that kind of beauty, right? Let's say someone is not generous at all, they don't follow their precepts, let's say they lie, steal, kill, etc. Like in the future world, or I guess in the same world, will other people see them as like not that beautiful or not attractive, etc., or not happy, those kind of things?
Yeah, so definitely the beauty, long life, good health, pleasant rebirth, fame, all these happy things are a result of the wholesome actions, results of the good karma. Specifically, if it like Supreme Buddha has analyzed the results of good karma one by one. For example, if you think about the beauty as a result, the good karma behind that is practicing generosity and also practicing loving kindness, like patience, forgiveness. Practicing these qualities lead to the beauty. Yeah. Practicing patience is very important. Any other questions? Okay, I think now we can go to the sutta reading again. Today we are going to read more suttas and discuss more suttas. Okay, so let's learn this sutta. It's a beautiful sutta from the Anguttara Nikaya, Numerical Discourses of the Buddha. So, Vani, what is the main topic of today's Dhamma program?
It's different paths of people, Bhante.
Different parts of people. Okay, now Buddha explains in this sutta about different parts of people and how they follow different paths and what kind of destinations they achieve as a result of following different paths. So this is going to be a very beautiful sutta, and we are going to learn lots of things. Okay, now is the opportunity for all the Kalyana Mittas to read the teachings of the Buddha. It's giving and sharing the Dhamma with others.
Namo Buddhaya Bhante, it's Barry. I will read.
Okay, Barry, yes.
The 6 classes of rebirth. At one time, the Buddha was staying near Rajagaha on the Vulture's Peak Mountain. Then Venerable Ananda went up to the Buddha, bowed, sat down to one side, and said to him, Sir, Purana Kassapa describes 6 classes of rebirth: black, blue, red, yellow, white, and ultimate white. The black class of rebirth consists of slaughterers of sheep, pigs, poultry, or deer, hunters or fishers, bandits, executioners, butchers of cattle, jailers, and any others with a cruel livelihood. The blue class of rebirth consists of mendicants who live on thorns and any others who teach the efficacy of deeds and action. The red class of rebirth consists of the Jain ascetics who wear one cloth. The yellow class of rebirth consists of the lay people dressed in white who are disciples of the naked ascetics. The white class of rebirth consists of male and female Ajivaka ascetics, and the ultimate white class of rebirth consists of Nanda Vacha, Kisa Sankicha, and Makalai Gosala. These are the 6 classes of rebirth that Purana Kassapa describes.
So. We rejoice in your reading, Barry. So is this a teaching of the Buddha, or is this from a different religious teacher about these 6 classes of rebirth?
Different religious, I think.
It's a different religious teacher. And what is his name? His name is Purana Kassapa. Purana Kassapa. And that he was also a religious teacher in the time of the Buddha, and this was one of his teachings. And he categorized the people into these 6 groups And he went on teaching that this is how the beings are categorized into different types of rebirth, and that's how they have been reborn in these different groups. Okay. So who was telling this to the Buddha? Ananda Bhante, right?
Venerable Ananda.
Yeah, Ananda Bhante was explaining this to the Buddha. So Ananda Bhante heard it from somebody else and explained it to the Buddha. So let's see Buddha's response. Okay, yeah, Buddha asked Ananda Bhante a question. Ananda Kalyana Minta, to continue reading.
Can I read Bhante?
Okay. Is that
But
Ben?
this is Ranga Bhante.
Ren. Okay.
Right. But Ananda, did the whole world authorize Purana Kassapa to describe these 6 classes of rebirth? No, sir. It's as if they were to force a stake on a poor, penniless person, telling them they must eat it and then pay for it. In the same way, Purana Kassapa has described these 6 classes of rebirth without the consent of those ascetics and Brahmins. And he has done so in a foolish, incompetent, unskilled way, lacking common sense. I, however, also describe 6 classes of rebirth. Listen and pay close attention. I will speak. Yes, sir, Ananda replied. The Buddha said this. And what, Ananda, are the 6 classes of rebirth? Someone born into a dark class given rise to a dark result. Someone born into a dark class gives rise to a bright result. Someone born into a dark class gives rise to an extinguishment which is neither dark nor bright. Someone born into a bright class gives rise to a dark result. Someone born into a bright class gives rise to a bright result. Someone born into a bright class gives rise to an extinguishment which is neither dark nor bright.
Sadhu. Rejoice in your reading.
Thank you, Bhante. Thank you, Bhante.
So yeah, as we learned that Buddha wasn't happy with the explanation of or the analysis of the Purana Kassapa, right? And Buddha asked like just the community of teachers accept his explanation about these different groups of people, different rebirths, different parts of people. And the Bhante said, of course, not Bhante. So then Buddha told Ananda Bhante, it's not a wise way. It's a incompetent, unskilled way to describe like that, because others, there are wise people in the society, and they don't agree with that. But still, he wants to establish his teaching like that. That's not a wise way. And Buddha explained, however, I also describe 6 classes of rebirth, and as a result of people taking different paths. So what are those 6? First one, someone born into a dark class gives rise to a dark result because of following a specific path. The second one is someone born into a dark class gives rise to a bright result, again because of following a certain path. Someone born into a dark class gives rise to extinguishment. Extinguishment here means gives rise to supreme happiness, ultimate happiness, Nibbana, which is neither dark nor bright. That is how Nibbana is explained by the Buddha. And the next one is someone born into a bright class gives rise to a dark result. Another one is someone born into a bright class gives rise to a bright result. Someone born into a bright class gives rise to Nibbana, supreme happiness, which is neither dark nor bright. So these are the this is the in brief the 6 classes of rebirth according to the different paths of people, the path people taking. And now we are going to learn about the first path that leads to this category, and why some people fall into this category because of taking which path. Now we are going to learn about that with extraordinary understanding. The Buddha is going to explain about it. So another Kalyana Mitta to explain that or read that.
Bante, may
I
I?
can read.
Oh, sorry.
Okay,
It's
Gita.
okay. Okay, thank
Yeah.
you.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Thank you, Bante.
Mhm.
And how does someone born into a dark class give rise to a dark result? It's when someone is reborn in a low family, a family of outcasters, bamboo workers, hunters, chariot makers, or waste collectors, poor with little to eat or drink, where life is tough and food and shelter are hard to find, and they're ugly, unsightly, deformed, chronically ill, one-eyed, crippled, lame, or half paralyzed. They don't give they don't give to give they don't have food, drink, clothes, and vehicles, garlands, fragrances, and makeup, or bed, house, and lighting. And they do bad things by way of body, speech, and mind. When their body breaks up after that, they're reborn in a place of loss, a bad place, the underworld, hell. That's how someone born into a dark class gives rise to a dark result. And how
Okay, so now think
Thank you,
about the wisdom of the Buddha. It's a very like amazing way of categorizing people. It's not just saying red bird, white bird, yellow bird, like Purnakasapa described. Buddha explains the true way of people falling into the certain categories, and because of a path that he has taken. And first of all, we can understand why Buddha explained that he has born into a dark class. What is the meaning of dark class here? He is he has been born in a very poor family. That's the meaning here, dark class, right?
Mhm.
And he doesn't have food. He doesn't have all these happy things, vehicles, houses, and he's not healthy. He's sick, and he doesn't have a good sight. He's not beautiful or she's not beautiful. So he already has some kind of like he experiencing some results of bad karma. That's why he has been born into a poor family and experiencing all these hardships. And we know the people who practice generosity in their past lives gain all the beautiful things, all the happy things. So he hasn't been, he didn't have that good karma. So because he was greedy, and that bad karma of being greedy has affected here, and that's why he fall into this category of dark class. And but unfortunately he doesn't understand that he has to live a painful life like this because he made some bad karma in past lives. He didn't practice generosity, he didn't keep precepts. He doesn't have any idea about it. Why doesn't he have any idea about it, about his present pain? Because he doesn't get to associate with kalyana mittas, about noble friends, and he doesn't get to learn the teachings of the Buddha. So he's thinking, okay, I am living a painful life and I am very poor. So what can I do? Okay, if I can steal, by stealing, I can be rich. Or if I can do this and that bad thing, I can be rich. So he follows that path. And that's called gives rise to dark result. His livelihood, his living, the way of living gives dark result. What is the path he has taken? He does bad things by body, speech, and mind. Right? He kills humans and animals, he steals, engages in sexual misconduct, he lies, he uses words in a bad way, and he gets angry, he's greedy, he holds wrong view. That's the meaning of doing bad things by body, speech, and mind. So unfortunately, he was already experienced the result of bad karma from his past lives, and now what is he doing? He's adding to his bad karma. That is the danger of not having Kalyana Mittas, good friends to associate with, right? So because of following that path, he's never going to escape from this pain in this life, and his pain is going to be more, and more bad karma is added, and after death it's going to be worse. Like he's going to lose everything he had here, at least little happiness, and he's going to suffer severely because of taking rebirth in hell. So Buddha very clearly explains it's not the superficial thing that leads to this falling into this category, and very clearly Buddha explains it's his karma, his actions defines which category he belongs to, right? That is very important. It's our karma. It's not the language we speak. It's not the country we live in. It's not the money we use. It's not the, not all these external things describe our category. It's our action. That is very important. That's very powerful. Because all these other things are external things. But the actions are going to follow us wherever we go. And that's the powerful criteria to categorize ourselves. And Buddha used that powerful criteria. He didn't use external things, the clothes we are wearing, or the all these external things. He didn't use those things to categorize. It's just the actions. That's a very wise way of categorizing people. And also because of due to the path he has been taken, right? There's a path put him into this category, the path he has been following. So that is the first one. What is the second path? Second category of rebirth. Another Kalyana Mitta to read?
Bhante, can I? Yeah.
Yes,
May I?
Hari.
Yeah. Okay. And how does someone born into a dark class give rise to a bright result? It's when some person is reborn in a low family, but when they do good things by way of speech, by way of body, speech, and mind. When their body breaks up after death, they're reborn in a good place, a heavenly realm. That's how someone born into a dark class gives rise to a bright result.
So that's the second category, and that's the second part of people, right? So because of past bad karma, he was still born into a poor family, and he was living a kind of a painful life, and didn't have all the delicious food, happy things, vehicles. He was living a hard life. But maybe fortunately, he came across the teachings of the Buddha, teachings about good and karma results, and he got to associate with Kalyana Mittas, and he completely understood why he is suffering like this, why he is poor, why he doesn't have all these happy things, and because of not practicing generosity in past lives, because of not keeping precepts. And he understood all these things, and he changed his path. He took a new path. In his past life, he took a wrong path, kind of, when he was making bad karma, and as a result, he is experiencing some unhappy results here. And he realized that was because of me taking a wrong path. Now he has changed his path, because of the association of Kalyana Mittas, because of learning the wholesome qualities, and he started practicing good qualities, helping others, practicing generosity, giving and sharing, keeping precepts, observing 8 precepts, practicing loving kindness, all these good qualities. And his poverty, all these problems in this life are going to be temporary for a short time. But after that, he is going to achieve the results of the new path. And how is that? He's going to escape from all the bad worlds and going to be reborn in the heavenly realm, as Buddha realized. That is how someone born into a dark class gives rise to a bright result. That's very powerful. Because people don't understand this, majority, if they are poor, they live very sad lives. They don't think that they can change it in the future. They think, I am very poor, why this happened to me? Others are very rich, others are famous, others are beautiful, others are healthy. Why this happened to me? I am always sick, and all these things, they kind of give up the hope, give up the plan to cultivate good qualities, expecting happy results in the future. They are worried about their present situation, and they completely forget about future. But here, this is a very good lesson, that we can still change our present, right? We can change the present. And if we change that by following the Buddha's path, there will be a brighter, happier, nicer future. That's an amazing thing, amazing teaching. So nobody needs to get worried about present weaknesses, failures, or whatever. There are plenty of opportunities to change their future. There's a beautiful thing we learn from the enlightenment of the Buddha, that we can change the karma and change the karma and results. Does anybody have any questions or anything to add, or any comments so far? No. Okay, let's go to the third category of people and about the third part. Okay, so the first path of people, where did that lead? That path led to
Hell.
hell. Second path led to
Heaven.
heaven.
Heavenly.
Yeah, heavenly realm. Okay, we are going to learn about the third path. Another Kalyana Mitta to read?
I can read, Bante.
Yes.
And how does someone born into a dark class give rise to extinguishment, which is neither dark nor bright? It's when some person is reborn in a low family, they shave off their hair and beard, dress in ochre robes, and go forth from the lay life to homelessness. They give up the 5 hindrances, corruptions of the heart that weaken wisdom. They firmly establish their mind in the 4 kinds of mindfulness meditation. They truly develop the 7 awakening factors. And then they give rise to extinguishment, which is neither dark nor bright. That's how someone born in a dark class gives rise to extinguishment, which is neither dark nor bright.
Sadhu. We rejoice, Suryani.
Thank you.
Reading. So according to this explanation here, the third path refers to the monk life or the nun life. And even though that man or woman was born to a poor family and was living a kind of a painful life, very poor, didn't have good food, housing, vehicles, and all these things, but fortunately he or she got the opportunity to learn the teachings of the Buddha and understood the rarity of the human life, whether it is rich or poor, it's still a very rare human life, and has the opportunity to end all this suffering, getting reborn again and again, and all these things. You know, sometimes we are poor, sometimes we are rich. It changes every time. So this person realized the meaningless nature of journeying in this samsara from life to life and changing all these things. In what we achieve in this life in the material sense, and we are going to leave everything behind and go. We don't carry anything to our next life, and then we start the new life again, and we have to gather all those things again and again. You know, we cannot take our house we built with lots of effort in this life. Can we take that to the next life? No, we have to start building another house next life. If you come to human world, right? If you go to heavenly world, you don't need to make that much of effort to build a house there, because heavenly mansions appear according to your karma. There are so many happy things in heaven, as Buddha realized. You don't need to make effort building houses, earning money, or all these things. But still, we are doing the same thing repeatedly. We are doing the same thing over and over again. So that's a painful thing. So this person understands that, and the danger of samsara, danger of facing aging, sickness, death repeatedly. So by understanding the danger and also defilements, understanding the danger of defilements, and he or she decides to become a monk or a nun. And what is the path there? He has to follow. Observe precepts, practicing the precepts, and then give up the 5 hindrances. What are the 5 hindrances? Now focusing the purification of the mind. Giving up the sense desire, anger, restlessness and remorse, doubt, sleepiness and drowsiness, all these negative qualities. This monk or nun gives them up. And they are called corruptions of the heart that weaken wisdom. So now the path is open to gain wisdom because the 5 hindrances are abandoned. And the mind's eye is very well established. His or her mind is very well established on the 4 kinds of mindfulness meditation, satipatthana, practicing meditation. And with that monk or nun develops the 7 awakening factors, satta-bodhanga, the enlightenment factor of mindfulness, sati sambodhanga, enlightenment factor of investigation of Dhamma, Dhammavichaya sambodhanga, enlightenment factor of energy, virya sambodhanga, enlightenment factor of rapture, piti sambodhanga, enlightenment factor of tranquility, passaddhi sambodhanga, enlightenment factor of samadhi, the concentration, samadhi sambodhanga, enlightenment factor of upekka, the equanimity, upekka sambodhanga. Those are called aids to enlightenment. Aids to enlightenment, supporting factors for enlightenment. There are 7 of those, as Buddha realized. And as a result, they attain Nibbana in this very life, which is neither dark nor bright. So that is how someone born in a dark class gives rise to supreme happiness, Nibbana, extinguishment, right? So is poverty a barrier to attain Nibbana? No, it wasn't a barrier in this case. So path is open to everyone, no matter what background you are from, and no matter whether you are poor or rich. Is the path, amazing path is open for you. So that's the 3rd path, which very fortunate people take and attain Nibbana in this very life. Okay. So we go to the next path, and then how this path leads to a different category. Matthew, I think from Winnipeg, you have a question.
Yeah, thank you, Bhante. About the that last paragraph when it goes leading from lay life to homelessness. I understand it is much easier to become, I guess, enlightened as a Bhante, but is there any exceptions to?
Yeah, I understand. You like to attain enlightenment as a layperson, right?
No, I'm just saying, like, is there any other meanings? It's not necessarily about me, but of course, it's maybe a little bit. But I'm just thinking, like, when they say homelessness, it could be. When I look at the word, it's like, it could be not attached to any of their home. They could be free from the aggregates without without necessarily being a monk, which is much easier to be a monk. But there may be some, not
yeah,
many.
definitely. Yeah, Matthew, definitely. You know, the other, like, basically all the stages of enlightenment are open for lay people as well, and there's a path for that, right? Buddha explains that when somebody asks the Buddha, are there any lay people who have attained the first stage of enlightenment? Buddha said, not 100, not 200, not 300, hundreds of lay people in my Dhamma have attained the first stage of enlightenment. And then he asked, one of the layperson asked, how about the lay disciples who have attained the second stage of enlightenment? And then the Buddha said the same thing. It's not 200, 300, 500, it's hundreds of lay disciples who have attained the second stage of enlightenment, third stage of enlightenment, and like that Buddha explained. Yeah, so up to third stage of enlightenment, there's a the path is open for lay people, and but regarding the fourth stage of enlightenment, arahantship, is commonly discussed with reference to the monk's life. That's why it's here as a separate category, and it's about the fourth stage of enlightenment, about the arahantship. But still, yes, definitely lots of lay people attain these stages of enlightenment while living the home life. Okay, Matthew?
Thank you.
Good. So we go to the next one. Another Kalyanamitta to read.
Namo Buddhaya Bhante, I can read.
Okay.
And how does someone born into a bright class give rise to a dark result? It's when some person is reborn in an eminent family, a well-to-do family of aristocrats, Brahmins or householders, rich, affluent, and wealthy, with lots of gold and silver, lots of property and assets, and lots of money and grain. And they're attractive, good-looking, lovely, of surpassing beauty. They get to have food, drink, clothes, and vehicles, garlands, fragrance, and makeup, and bed, house, and lighting. But they do bad things by way of body, speech, and mind. When their body breaks up after death, they are reborn in the place of loss, a bad place, the underworld, hell. That's how someone born into a bright class gives rise to a dark result.
So we rejoice, Raymond, in your reading. So this is also an unfortunate path. So this person, he's very rich, has everything, he's very handsome, or she's very beautiful and famous and everything. But unfortunately, this person doesn't know how I achieve these things. He or she doesn't know that because of my good actions in my past life, such as generosity, helping others, giving and sharing, taking care of parents, worshipping the who are worthy of worship, and practicing precepts, practicing patience, not drinking alcohol or taking drugs. That's how I have gained all these beautiful, happy things. He doesn't know that, unfortunately, because that person has not come across a teaching about karma and results. So basically, this person becomes intoxicated with all these gains. He becomes famous, lots of skills, talents, money, and all these things. Intoxication is a bad thing, and also associating with bad friends. And as a result, the person does lots of bad things, cheating others, killing, stealing, sexual misconduct, lying, and getting angry, greedy, all these holding wrong views. As a result, he's going to lose everything. Even in this life, he will lose most of the things, and he will have a very remorseful ending of life, and he will be reborn in hell, as Buddha realized with the Blessed One's enlightenment. And that's for the someone born into a bright class gives rise to a dark result. And again, it's also because of taking that path, taking a wrong path. Unfortunately, he didn't understand how he gained all these happy things. And also he didn't have good friends and Kalyana Mittas to learn about the karma and result, Nibbana. So that's an unfortunate situation. And if you read the Buddha's teachings, the first category we learned, and this category, the majority of people fall into these categories actually. Whether they are poor or rich, most of them do bad actions. And breaking 5 precepts, and because of that, Buddha explains one day taking a little bit of dirt onto his fingernail, and he told the monks, majority of humans when they die, like the whole mass of dirt on this great earth, majority of humans are going to be reborn in a bad destination. But like this very little dirt on my fingernail, you can see very few humans are going to be reborn in heaven. Well, now you can understand why. Because they fall into the first category, or this, which one is this? The fourth one? Yes, the fourth category. That's the reason. It's because of their own actions. So we got the fifth one. What is the fifth part and the category? Another Kalyana Mitta to read?
I can read, Bhante.
Okay, Rob, go ahead.
And how does someone born into a bright class give rise to a bright result? It is when some person is reborn in an eminent family and they do good things by way of body, speech, and mind. When their body breaks up after death, they're reborn in a good place, a heavenly realm. That's how someone born into a bright class give rise to a bright result.
So, Rob, what do you think about this fortunate person?
Yeah, he was fortunate. He must have had self-awareness. He must have been aware of the cause of his good fortune, I guess. And
I think it's rather than self-awareness, it's because he got to learn about good karma and bad karma, right? About past lives.
Right. He must have been made aware. Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
He must have been made aware.
By Kalyana Mittas, Dhamma friends.
Right. And he must have listened. He must have also listened. He must have been receptive.
Oh yeah, that's a beautiful quality. Listening to the wise people, right?
Right.
I think that comes with humility, being humble.
Yes. Pride. Yes. Pride can get in the way.
Yeah, if we are conceited, if we have lots of ego, we don't want to learn from others, we don't want to listen to others, and we think we know everything. and that's I think that's a barrier.
Yeah, thinking you know it all is a problem.
Yeah, it's a problem. But this fortunate person was humble, and he decided to listen to others, wise people, the wise teachings, and answer. And he realized that I have gained all these beautiful things, happy things. I am rich. I have everything, delicious food, vehicles, houses, and all these things because I have done good things in my past life. So let me continue my good path, right? So he continued that path. And that's how he fell into this category. Born into a bright class, give rise to a bright result. And he is reborn in heaven. That's
Right.
also a very rare thing. That's a rare thing because normally the gains, praise, fame, all these things may lead to intoxication. People get intoxicated by them, infatuated by them. So this is also a rare case that that person did not get intoxicated or infatuated by all these gains due to his past karma. So he was equanimous and he understood this is because of my past karma. So I did not forget about that. I should not hurt others using my power, using my money, my wealth, my fame. I should not hurt others. I should not treat others well. That's how he made good karma. So the last part and the last category as explained by the Buddha. Who is going to read? Martha. Yeah, Martha raised.
Okay, Martha. Yes.
Thank you, Bhante. And how does someone born into a bright class give rise to extinguishment, which is neither dark nor bright? It's when some person is reborn in an eminent family. They shave off their hair and beard, dress in ochre robes, and go forth from the late life to homelessness. They give up the 5 hindrances, corruptions of the heart that weaken wisdom. They firmly establish their mind in the 4 kinds of mindfulness meditation. They truly develop these 7 awakening factors, and then they give rise to extinguishment, which is neither dark nor bright. That's how someone born into a bright class give rise to extinguishment, which is neither dark nor bright. These are the 6 classes of rebirth.
Also, we rejoice in your reading. Yes. So in this case, he or she is from a very rich family, very beautiful, very handsome, and has everything, like the Prince Siddhartha, right? Had everything, but renounced the world, renounced all the worldly pleasures, material things, and wanted to become a monk or a nun, practice the Dhamma path, mindfulness, meditation, and develop the 7 enlightenment factors, aids to enlightenment and attain Nibbana in this very life. Like in the time of the Buddha, very rich people actually became monks and nuns. So they are from this category. So there is one incident in the time of the Buddha. A king, a young king became a monk. And he was, while he was sitting under trees, this joy of the utterance of joy came from his mouth. He kept telling like, "Oh, what a happiness, what a bliss!" And the other monks heard this, and they thought, "Oh, so this is a king, in the lay life he was a king. Now he's sitting, even though he is sitting under the tree as a monk, maybe he's still thinking about that happiness as a lay person, as a king. That's why he's thinking what a bliss, what a happiness. I think that he's thinking about his happiness as a king." So then the other monks went to the Buddha and they said, "Bhante, I think that monk is about to disrobe. We think he's about to disrobe. He's thinking about his lay life happiness because he was a king and he gave up that life and became a monk. But he's still thinking about it, maybe think. And then Buddha asked those monks to bring that monk who was sitting on the tree to the Buddha. And that monk came to the Buddha, and Buddha asked, "Is it true that you keep telling that what a bliss, what a happiness, what a joy? The fellow monks think that you're about to disrobe because you are thinking about the happiness you had in the lay life as a king?" And then the monk replied, "Oh no, Bhante, I was not thinking about the happiness in the lay life. I was thinking about the happiness of the monk life. When I was a king before, I had everything. And my mansion, my palace was protected by thousands of guards, soldiers. But still I lived in fear. I was worried. I couldn't sleep peacefully. But as a monk now, I have nothing. I just have these robes and ball. I'm sitting under a tree. There are no guards, no army, no soldiers to protect me. I don't have a comfortable bed to sleep. I don't have comfortable chairs. I don't have a mansion here. I'm just sitting under a tree, sitting on my double robe. But that's an amazing happiness, Bhante, I'm experiencing. The bliss of fearlessness, the bliss of detachment, the bliss of renunciation. This is amazing. That's why I kept telling, what a bliss, what a joy, what a happiness. And then Buddha already knew that that monk was not an ordinary monk. He was already an enlightened monk. And his name was, that Bhante's name was Arhan Badhyatero. And he was a king in the lay life. When he came across the teachings of the Buddha, when he saw the Buddha with his own eyes, when he saw the Arahants, he decided to give up everything and become a monk. So that's the sixth category. Very rich, handsome, beautiful, powerful, famous, but became a monk or a nun. Practice the Satipatthana. Purify the mind, attain Nibbana in this very life. Right? There are so many examples for that, like Anuruddha Bhante, Ananda Bhante, and Maha Kassapa Bhante. All those Bhantes are from very rich families, high caste Brahmin families. So the Moggallana Bhante, Sariputta Bhante, Maha Kassapa Bhante, all are from high caste families in India. They all became the disciples of the Buddha, attained Nibbana in this very life. So that's how Buddha explained about all the six parts, six different parts and six categories of people. So the name of that sutta is Chalabhijati Sutta. Chalabhijati. 6 classes of rebirth. Sadhu, sadhu. Isn't that a beautiful sutta? Yeah, today Vani and Bodhi and family is happy because so you organized the Dhamma program and everybody will get to learn amazing teachings of the Buddha. Are you happy?
Of course, Bhante, we're so happy and grateful. Many merits.
Okay, good. Do you have any questions?
Bhante, I have a question here.
Mm-hmm.
Buddha said about, let's say, talks about the bright and the dark class. So, but then majority of people are kind of in the mediocre. So middle class.
In what?
So if you're born middle class. So if you're born not really in a very rich family or not very handsome or not poor, so just in a mediocre, okay, in a middle class. And then this person in this life, he didn't really meet kalamitas, he didn't listen to Dhamma, he has no intention of becoming, going to extinguishment. So can we conclude saying that in the next life he might come back in the human world and go all over again. Does it work like that?
Depends on the path he has taken.
Depends on his actions now. The
Yeah,
karma.
depends on the bodily
His
actions, verbal actions, and mental actions. Nothing else decides.
Okay. Okay. Got it. Thank you, Bhante.
Yeah, path is the important thing. See, the topic of today's program is the different paths of people. So path is the important thing here. Linda has a question?
Yes, Bhante. Bhante, I was just wondering, meeting with Kalyanamitta in this life, is that also part of our good karma in the past?
Yeah, it's definitely a good karma. It's in the Nidhi-khanda Sutta. It's a result of the good karma. You need good karma to meet good people, honest people, people
Right,
who
Bhante.
like to help you. You need good karma.
But those people,
Okay, associating with good people, does it giving pain or happiness?
giving happiness, Bhante.
Okay, giving happiness. And happiness, if happiness come to your life in a good way, is that a result of good karma or bad karma?
Good karma, Bhante.
The good karma. Sukho punya suchayo. Happiness is another name for merit. Sukho punya suchayo. Happiness is another name for good karma. So that's the understanding of the Buddha.
Bhante, but if there's a person that we know, but then if they don't have the chance to associate with Kalyanamitta, how can we help them, Bhante? But
Help
some
with
people,
patience, compassion. Yeah, so help always should come with compassion and patience.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank
I
you.
think yeah, somebody has question. N strong.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes, please ask your question.
I just wonder if the person who after they pass away, they break up to the body, even if they do good thing and practice right speech, right action, right, will they be able, but they haven't reached extinguishment, will they be able to find the Dhamma in the next life? Thank you, Bhante.
Good. Yeah, like of course we learn that from the teachings of the Buddha. Not only the people who have attained enlightenment in this life, the people who have attained Nibbana in this life are fortunate. Not only those people are fortunate, there are so many other fortunate people, like the other disciples, lay people, other monks and nuns who follow the Dhamma path, but they don't attain enlightenment in this very life. But Buddha guarantees that they are going to meet Kalyanamitas in their next life, definitely, if they hold the right view and if they enter the Noble Eightfold Path in this life, if they establish in the spiritual faculties such as faith, the energy, mindfulness, concentration, and wisdom. If they establish in these factors, and if they are established in the powers of the training, the Sekha Bala, the power of faith, power of virtue, power of Dhamma knowledge, power of generosity, power of Panya, Saddha, Sila, Sutta, Chaga, Panya. And Buddha guarantees, even though you have not attained the higher stages of enlightenment, and if you are well established in these wholesome qualities in your life, such as confidence in the enlightenment of the Buddha precepts, generosity, Dhamma knowledge, and trying to understand the Four Noble Truths. If you are well established on these spiritual qualities, definitely Buddha explains it's guaranteed that you are going to meet Kalyanamitas in your next life. And you are going to continue the Dhamma path and attain stages of enlightenment, and final Nibbana in future lives. So that's guaranteed by the Buddha in many, many discourses. Okay?
Thank you, Bhante.
Yeah. Any other questions? Yeah, there are lots of Kalyanamitas as we learn from the suttas. Lots of Kalyanamitas in heaven. The Dhamma friends who saw the Buddha when Buddha was alive. Because the lifespan is very long in heavens, they are waiting there to help you. So, to discuss the Dhamma with you, and they have Dhamma programs there every a day. They have a Dhamma hall called Sudharma Dhamma hall. And Buddha explained that to us. So you will be sitting in the Sudharma Dhamma hall in your next life, who knows? So learning more Dhamma there. And the beautiful thing is that you're not going to forget this Dhamma when you go to the next life. Buddha explains about that as well. You are going to leave everything behind here, all the material things, but you are going to take this Dhamma knowledge with you to the next life. And some gods and goddesses come to the Buddha, and Buddha asks, how about your Dhamma knowledge now as a god and goddess? Did you forget the Dhamma you learned when you were in the human world? And they reply to the Buddha, oh no, Bhante, now we understand more Dhamma there. And the things that we did not understand when we were in the human world, we understand better now. Some gods replied to the Buddha. So the more opportunities, but that depends on your honest effort in this life. That depends on your effort to protect your wholesome qualities in this life. That depends on how seriously you take this Dhamma path in this life. Depends on those factors. Yes, Rob, what is your question?
Oh, just a question about Puriyana's words. Talks about the ultimate white class. And he mentions,
that's from the Purana Kasabha's teaching.
Yeah, just curious. He talks about the ultimate white class.
I don't know more about it, and I don't want to know more about it.
Well, it's not important, but I was just curious. He mentions
what
that
what was the explanation about it?
There was no explanation. He was without explanation. It was just,
he was without explanation. So
it was just sort of a list.
But no, I think there is the ultimate white class of rebirth consists of Nanda Vacha. Yeah.
He mentions three names. What are these three names? I'm just curious about these three names that he mentions.
Maybe they are his friends.
Okay.
So he included his friends. Actually, they are other religious. Those are the names of some other religious teachers, and he included those teachers in that ultimate white class of rebirth.
Oh, okay, so they got a special exception.
You know this Makkali Gosala here. Right. This Makkali Gosala, the last person.
Right.
And Purana Kassapa included him as a white class of rebirth, the ultimate white class. But Buddha revealed one day this Makkali Gosala is in hell. Okay. It's not white class of rebirth whatsoever. And because Buddha said he was following wrong view, and actually his wrong view, Makkali Gosala's wrong view was that he said there are no good actions, there are no happy results, there are no bad actions, no bad results. You can do whatever you like, and there is no rebirth. There is no karma, and everybody is going to attain enlightenment or liberation after finishing a certain amount of fixed rebirths So no matter whether you are wise, no matter whether you are foolish, whether you are poor, rich, we all have the same journey. Don't remember this, okay? This is a wrong way, okay? So Buddha, and he thought that, for example, we all have 84,000 rebirths. So when we finish the 84,000 rebirth, we all attain liberation. So don't worry about your action. That was his teaching. So
Okay.
that's
All right.
Buddha said that was a completely a wrong view. Okay.
Right. Okay. Thank you, Bante.
Yeah. Okay, sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So we are very happy because we generated powerful good karma this evening by observing precepts, chanting the qualities of the Buddha Dhamma Sangha, chanting the Ratana Sutta, and sharing blessings with our family members and with the entire world, and also practicing loving kindness meditation, listening to the Dhamma, reading the Dhamma, asking questions, and in many ways helping others, organizing this program, encouraging others to join the program, and helping others in many ways. So we now can share the merit, first of all, with our teacher, Loku Swamin Mahansi. Sadhu, sadhu. We share merit with all the Bhantes, all the nuns around the world. Sadhu, sadhu,
Sadhu, sadhu.
We also share merit with the Kalyana Mittas who organized the Dhamma program today. So Bodhi and Vani and their family would like to share merit with their departed family members in this life and in previous lives throughout this journey of samsara, especially to their beloved father Julius Sanjaya, and also beloved grandmother Ten Said John, and beloved niece Jonah Jowri. So let us share merit with all those departed relatives of Bodhi and Vani. May they rejoice in this merit, and may they always have happy things in their lives and escape from suffering. Sadhu, sadhu. We share merit with, especially with Bodhi and Vani, Anthony and Axel, and with their children, and with all the family members, with their parents who are alive, their relatives. So by the power of this powerful good karma of sharing and giving Dhammadana, may Bodhi, Vani, and their children and parents, may all of you enjoy long life, good health, happiness, and peace. May all of you have lots of opportunities to help others, make new karma, good karma to your lives, and may you also attain Nibbana by following the Buddha's amazing path. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. We also share merit with all the Kalyanamitas who joined here, and for the program, and also especially with the President of Indonesian Buddhist Fellowship of Canada, and with all the members of the association, and all the Kalyanamitas, all beings in this world. May all of us have the opportunity to associate with good friends, make good karma to our lives, and attain supreme bliss of Nibbana by following the Noble Eightfold Path discovered by the Gautama Supreme Buddha. Sadhu, sadhu. Okay, now Bhante is going to chant the verses of blessings. Oh, sorry, I think we have a handout, so everybody can join, and that's helpful. Vani, can you share
Yes,
that?
Bhante. Yes, Bhante. Many thanks for the amazing Dhamma sermon and the opportunity that Bhante gave to share merits with departed relatives of ours. So the next one is, the Buddha has taught us the benefit from recognizing our faults and abandoning them, Although the triple gem cannot actually forgive us, but developing a wish to overcome our shortcomings can lead to our happiness and well-being. So let us join our hands and palms together and chant these verses. Kayena vacha chitena pamadena mayang katang achayang kamame bante puripanya tathagata. Kayena vacha chitena pamadena maya katang achayang kamame dhamma sanditika akalika. Kayena vacha chitena pamadena mayang katang achayang kamame sangha punyaketang anuttara. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. And so please give us your blessing, Venerable Bhante.
Okay, now I am going to chant the verses of blessings. By the power of the Buddha Dhamma Sangha, may all of you attain well-being. Abhivadana silissa niccang vaddha pachayino chattaro dhamma vaddanti ayuvanno sukham balam ayurarogya sampatti sagga sampatti bhimacha ato nibbana sampatti minati samijjatu.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So at the end of our service, we would like to ask forgiveness and share the merits we have accumulated with our Venerable Bhante. So let us join our hands and palms together and chant these verses. Okasa Wandami Bhante. Mayang Katang Punyang Samina Anumodita Bang.
Sadhu sadhu anumodam.
Samina Katang Punyang Mayang Data Bang.
Sadhu sadhu anumodita.
Okasa Dwaratena Katang Sabang Achayang Kamatami Bante.
Amam kamitam.
Okasa Kamami Bante. Dutiyampi Okasa Kamami Bante. Tatiyampi Okasa Kamami Bante.
Sukhi hotu, dukkha mucchantu. May the triple gem bless you all. May all the deities protect you. May all of you be well protected by the power of the Buddha Dhamma Sangha. May all of you attain well-being. Namo Buddhaya.
Namo Buddhaya.
Namo Buddhaya. Thank you, Bhante.
Namo Buddhaya.
Namo Buddha.
Thank you, Bhante.
Namo Buddhaya.
Thank you, Bante. Namo Buddhaya.
Bhante.
Namo Buddhaya.
Namo
Thank you,
Buddhaya.
Bante. May Bante be well and happy and healthy.
Thank you, Bante.
Thank you, thank you.
Bhante, may you be
You're welcome.
safe. Be safe, Bhante.
Thank you. You are
Be
welcome.
safe, Bante.
Thank you, Bhante.
Thank you,
I would like
Bante.
to-
Anumodana.
Thank you,
I would like to
Bhante.
venerate our Venerable Jivananda Bhante for always teach and guide us along the way. Many merits for the time that has been spared for us, Venerable Bhante. So many merits to all of our volunteers and all our Dhamma friends. Please join us again next month. If you have any suggestion, comments, or feedback, we would welcome you to reach out to us either by email or visit our Facebook page or YouTube channel for updates of future programs. So may all beings be happy. May we always grow into this Dhamma path and one day realize the Four Noble Truth in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Namo Buddhaya, everyone.
Namo Buddhaya.
Buddhaya. Sadhu.
Bye.
Many thanks for joining. Thank you so much. Namo Buddhaya.